It's been said that we learn something new every day. We attain fresh knowledge in a variety of ways, including words of mouth, textbooks and other writings, visually seeing, and so much more. In my opinion, most importantly though, personal experiences. There just always seems to be a time when we look back and ponder our past choices and actions. All too often, there's something we wish we would have known that would completely alter our situation in that particular moment. We go through life constantly learning and experiencing with each new thing we do. We encounter many firsts and many lasts, many when can we do that again, and several I am never doing that again. This is life. We all wish we would have known that cutting our siblings' hair at the naive age of 5 was not only really stupid, but a fashion do not even think about it. We wish we would have known that our first ever so tragic high school breakup was far short of the end of the world. We wish we would have known that everyone wants to see the freshmen get trashed, if for nothing more than a good laugh. Really though, shot for shot rarely plays out fairly and never ends without a headache in the morning. We learn a surprising amount by being put in new scenarios and getting outside of our comfort zones. For many of us, we begin to discover ourselves after we move away from home and start over in a foreign place.
Hello, my name is Ryan Gifford. What I wish I knew before coming to college was how hard it was going to be going to school out of state. Going to school out of state, I thought, was going to be like going to school back at home, but it was not at all. Going to school so far away from home makes it difficult when I start to miss home. Not being able to see my parents at all, having to only call them or Skype them, is very difficult for me, especially during Parents Weekend, when everyone else's parents get to come up and see them, and I don't get to see my parents. I only get to go home and see my parents 2 or 3 times a year, and every time it's one of the best weekends or weeks of my life. Another thing with going to school out of state that made it difficult was the weather. The climate here is much different than Seattle. Seattle rains all the time. Colorado is much more sunnier. The winters out here were much colder, and the altitude was a big factor because I swim to the school, and coming from sea level to 4,000 feet was a drastic change and very difficult. The fact that everyone else from Colorado or states closer here are able to just drive home to see their parents, or their parents are able to drive up and see them for weekends or fall break or any other shorter breaks, makes me wish that I went to school somewhat a little closer to home. Going to school out of state, coming to Colorado, I thought friends making was not going to happen at all for me, but the fact that I was able to be on the swim team here really introduced me to a new family and new friends right away, and introducing me to their friends that they had being from Colorado. If I wouldn't have been on the swim team here at Colorado Mesa, I don't think I would have made very many friends or made any new friends at all. I'm not a very outgoing person, so the swim team opened me with very open arms, and every other freshman that came, it really changed my perspective on going to school out of state and made it a lot easier for being so far away from home.
Hi, my name's Tabor Woosley, and something I wish I would have known then that I know now is time is precious. Coming to college as a freshman, I was excited to get out of the town I lived in, get away from my parents, get away from the people staying in Farmington, New Mexico, and I was just ready to experience new things. And in February this year, my dad got diagnosed with skin cancer. When my parents told me, I didn't really know how to take it, because my dad's probably one of the healthiest person I've ever met. He's always working out, always eating healthy, and he's been my #1 fan since day one. And he's always been pushing me to be the best softball player I can, and pushing me to play college softball. Being a student athlete, it's hard to go home and spend time with your family. It's very hard. And being told that my dad had skin cancer, it just makes you think of all the memories you've had with him, all the times you spent with him, all the hours in the car to softball tournaments, and if my dad has to go to chemo, if my dad has to, it's just so soon that my dad, if this cancer is bad, that he could be taken from us. Knowing that time could be cut off with my dad. It really put myself in perspective of time is very precious, and being away from your parents, it's hard, and you're a freshman and you want to get out of the house, you're like, yeah, I want to have fun freshman year, but when you look back at it, spending time with your family is very cherishable, and just, that's what I wish I would have known now, is the time that I spent with my dad, and the time that, he said something stupid or embarrassed me, and that, it's precious. Time is very precious.
Like Tabor and Ryan, college has changed us and taught us so many different things beyond the scope of just our textbooks. The fact is, sometimes we just don't know everything every time we think we need to. And maybe, just maybe, that's really quite okay.